Hey guys, Dan from World of Mr. Grey back with yet another debunking of ghost videos and the paranormal. As always, if you want to see the first clip of the video, just skip to this time here. Thank you for all the nice comments, by the way, in the most previous videos. I do appreciate them. All the people who realize I'm just giving my opinion and pointing out what I see. That's all I'm doing. A few angry people there. One of them, he's commented quite a lot. He's not happy. He's really not happy. But he's challenged me to look at a set of videos from Mr.Nightmare. I think I've only briefly touched on Mr.Nightmare a few times. I haven't watched much of his stuff, but the videos I've seen in this one, I've seen countless times. I've seen so many times over the years. And to be honest with you, they were really good. They are really good. I've gone through them and pointed out some stuff I can see. So, first of all, I'm going to read... I'm going to read this guy's comments. He's not happy at all. He's been spamming my... my video for the last couple of days, and I've answered him a few times, and I can't be bothered to reply to him anymore. It's pointless because he's batshit crazy. He keeps saying you've not disputed this link I've given you. Well, I'm going to right now. I'm not going to read out his entire thing because he's quite he's all caps for a start. So he's shouting, but he says a few naughty words in there which I'm not going to repeat on here. But he's basically saying, this is not what he's calling me, but I'm changing it to this word, idiot. He means me. Don't get anything despite being refuted. I gave you Mr. Nightmare link and told you to explain the famous viral thumbnail footage, which is in this video, of another YouTuber who left his house with a camera recorder switched on to check who breaks into his house because BCUZ. Whenever he returned home, it was a whole huge mess of all kinds of stuff, from utensils to cutlery to chairs and tables tossed around with no sign of an entry. He's got no full stops, by the way, so I'm running out of breath. Entry or break-in. So his camera caught the poltergeist in action. Something even a great critic like Mr. Nightmare did not mind accepting as 100% paranormal. You are not better or more unbiased assessor than Mr. Nightmare, so your pointless delusional skepticism is moot. He's angry. He's very angry. I love it. But anyway, the video's in question. He's been cracking me up for the last couple of days, honestly. But anyway, the video of the thumbnail video he's talking about is at the end of this video. I've only debunked, I'd say debunked, I've given my opinion on it, as always. I've only gone through 3 videos, but they're the videos I've seen a couple of years, and to be honest, I haven't seen anyone dispute them as fake or bollocks, as I like to call them. And so, that's what I'm going to do. The first one is the restaurant ghost. I've seen this a few times, and it's a girl having a food in a restaurant. This is Jimmy's what's it called? Jimmy's World Grill and Bar in Luton. It's since closed down, but there's a girl there having food on her own, and she gets up, walks away, and then her plates start flying off the table. The cloth flies off the table. A few spectators look behind to see, and what's that noise? I don't know, maybe it's the person behind the camera. But when I first saw this video, I was immediately skeptical about it, just because of the way it looks. I don't know, I took it into some software, and I can see some drastic inconsistencies. So the first one I noticed was, there's a couple of movements she makes which are awkward, but then her hand goes towards the left of her table, and all of a sudden, it's as if she's like a superhero. She can bend space and time and light with her hand. Now, unless she's got a black hole in her little finger, which, let's be honest, is doubtful, that there is a lensing effect, which you can use in Adobe Premiere, DaVinci Resolve, and it's a simple lensing effect. Basically, they're trying to mask out the piece of string, which is no doubt hanging on the left-hand side of that table, ready to pull the plates further in the video. So that's one thing I noticed, and I've pointed it out. So like I said, that's little wobble of the reflection of the glass in the table. You don't get that. That just doesn't happen unless the footage has been manipulated and they've tried to mask out the string in that little area. That's what that is. That's a lensing effect. So we'll go further. Now concentrate on the handkerchief, or the cloth, I should say, which I've highlighted. And if you can see the string, which they either forgot to put out or they just thought it's good enough. You can't see that. But I've zoomed in enhanced. And you can clearly see the string before the cloth gets pulled. And then the string is gone. And obviously, when you can even see as well when the I'll demonstrate with this, when the cloth gets pulled, it sort of goes down like that, and you can clearly see the point right there where it gets pulled. It's on a string. So that's that one. So I'm calling bollocks on that video, the first one. I mean, there's reasons you could do it. I've seen people say that it was probably done for a publicity stunt. I'll agree with that one, because who doesn't want to go to a haunted restaurant? I would. I'd love to go. You know, if I see in the papers or on the news something, restaurant haunted ghosts, and it was local, I'd want to go there. So you know, there's high incentive to make these kind of videos, especially for businesses, which we'll get onto the next one. Okay, this next one is a business. I can't remember where it was now, but it's a PPI claims business in Manchester. Again, I saw this a couple of years ago, and to be honest, when I initially saw it, I didn't look too much into it. I thought it's pretty good, but I didn't think it was real at all. But I don't think I've seen anyone try to really look deep into it. So I did. And I noticed a few things. I'm not going to show the entire video of this because it's 5 minutes long. But the first discrepancy I noticed, I'm sure there are more than I pointed out, but it, you know, I saw enough. I've highlighted to keep an eye on that area where the chair gets pulled away from in the first part. Okay, keep an eye on that, and we'll look at that in the further in the video. And there I've highlighted again where basically when you see something like this in a video, it means they've masked something out. Either using a garbage mat or a lensing effect. They've masked something out. I'm saying this, they've masked a string out, which they're pulling the chair with. But when you see an artifact in a video, which does, if there's a wobble in the video or something, it means something's been played with and something's been masked out. That's the only way these things happen in these videos. All right, this next part, like I said, keep an eye. If you notice the chair, which was originally there now, which is still up there, there's a ghost chair there, which goes away on the next frame. When the chair above gets pulled away, that goes away. I go back, and you can see it flick out of existence. So don't forget now that people, when they put time codes in these videos, they're insinuating that it is real time. You can see the timer; it doesn't flick from 1 minute to the next 10 minutes. It counts down second by second. So this is supposedly in real time, but as you can see, there's clearly a cut there. Because for whatever reason, they masked the chair out originally and then forgot to do it on the next part, and they probably thought, it'll do. That'll do. Nobody will notice. On the next part, which is the movie jump scare part of the video. Brace yourself. It's the monitors coming on, but off and on. Now, first of all, you can see if you I'm not going to zoom in because I can't be bothered, but if you look close, they're not really turning on. The static has been added in post, and you can see in some of the background monitors, when they've just basically placed it, overlaid it on top of the monitors because it's a locked off camera, and some of them are a bit off. And also, don't forget, you get sound in this. I think you can hear it, but there's like massive amount of static sound, which, you know, a monitor like that doesn't give off, the PC monitors. But that was added in post, right? So there's that as well. And this part again, door slams and it shakes the CCTV. I don't know if there is the CCTV. I don't know if they've just placed a camera on a shelf, you know. But it's when the door slams, it shakes the CCTV. And in doing so, they realized because it shook, they tried to mask out the string, which is probably pulling that door. and in doing so they didn't match it up correctly to the filing cabinets. So that's why, if you look at it, where the shake is, they didn't match it to the camera shake correctly. And once again, it's probably, that'll do, nobody will notice, but that's what that is. They've masked the string out and they haven't matched the movement to the camera shake. Textbook error. So yeah, I'm saying that is bollocks. Again, as it was probably done as a publicity stunt to, you know, PPIs are all the rage. I think it was 2012. You know, trying to rip you off. They wanted your money. But yeah, that video is highly manipulated and total bollocks. So I'm calling that debunked. Right, the final video. This is what the guy was talking about, which was in the thumbnail. And he was adamant that it's 100% true. This video I've seen quite a few times over the years. And to be honest with you, when I first saw it, I was blown away. It was one of the best videos I think I've ever seen. I didn't look deep into it, but I thought it was one of the best I've seen. And I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I was like, how have scientists not gone to this guy's house? Because this is the most haunted house in the world if this was all real. So I started looking at his channel. This was before I went deep into this one. I started looking into his channel, and about 6 or 7 years ago, he made a video where he said he made a few videos recently that he was doing it as an experiment to see if he could recreate the stuff that goes on in his house. In the video, I'm not going to show too much of his video, but in the video, he basically tries to recreate what's happening in his house, and he does a damn fine job of doing it. This guy knows exactly what he's doing with this editing software. He knows how to mask out. He knows how to use garbage mats. He knows how to lens out lens effects. He crops and manipulates the video. This is in his experimental videos now. So we already know he can do all that stuff which is shown in this video. Yeah, so we know he can do this kind of stuff. And he says in the video, the reason he made this video is because people in the comments were saying they could see strings in the videos and all kinds of stuff, and they were saying he was using a green screen. I don't think he was using a green screen. He made a video saying this is how it would look with a green screen, but I don't think he was using a green screen. But he was definitely using garbage mats, masking out. Probably might have been rotoscoping, I don't know. But he definitely has the skills to do this kind of stuff. So I went back to this video, knowing that, and I can see a couple of discrepancies. So the first one I noticed, I'm sure there's more, but it's too much to go into, to be honest with you. But the first one I noticed, there are parts of the video that move, and the other parts of the video which don't. What I mean is, say for example, you can see me now. That's the curtains would sort of like move, and I don't mean they would flow. I mean the entire frame of that curtain would move like that, and you'll get like the TV there will move. But I don't mean like that. I mean it will move because it's being masked out, and there's a lot of that in this video. The little sheens you see now and then, which I've highlighted, they look like the sheen of a fishing wire, which he has already said he has used in his experimental videos. So we know he uses them. I've zoomed in on the cooker part where it's very subtle, but if you can see from one frame to the next, part of the cooker moves, and that's not because it's budged, it's because it's been mats. It's been cropped out. He's put like a garbage mat or something around it, for whatever reason, to hide a fishing line, I'm guessing. But, you know, cookers just don't suddenly have one part of them move like that. It just doesn't happen. And again, another area which moves because of cropping, the drawer, which you can see it wobble. And again, that's only because something's been cropped out. And another part, a corner of the ceiling wobbles in the frame because once again something's been masked out. It's a lensing effect. You only get you know, if you could clean that up. I know he could. He made this. Don't forget, he made that video in 2012, I think, or 2011. I can't remember. So throughout the years, his skills have built up. I've no doubt he could do better. Well, he does do better. I've seen his videos, but that's a simple manipulation once again of the video, and you can see these. You can see the cropping. You can see the mats. Possible rotoscoping. I don't know. Maybe he didn't use that, but the point is, there are discrepancies in the video which you can easily see. Not easily, but you can see. And I think he's very good at them. So yeah, I'd say that's debunked. I hope you enjoyed that one. I enjoyed it. And those are the 3 videos, to be honest with you, I've seen throughout the years. And I was skeptical about them, but I couldn't see how they were done until I really looked into them today. And don't forget, like I always say, these are just my opinions. If you want to believe in ghosts, that's fine. I'd love for it to be ghosts. I just need to see the evidence. And that's all. I'm not debunking ghosts. I'm debunking the videos that people upload saying are ghosts. That's all I'm doing. Stop getting so bloody angry. But anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. They were some good ones. I like those ones from Mr.Nightmare and the guy who was a nightmare. Who challenged me, and I accepted. I only do these once a week, so that's why you didn't see a video. Stop bloody spamming my comments, little shit. That's it. Thank you for watching. If you're new to the channel, I do these debunking videos every Sunday, so leave a subscribe if you're new. And that's it. I'll be back again soon. I'm possibly gonna do a video on all the comments to answer some of the nice ones and some of the angry ones, just to see if I can answer them. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.